And welcome back, everybody. It's been a non-stop cavalcade of interviews today here at Eurostar 2025, reporting from Edinburgh. So I have now another guest speaker, presenter here at the conference that we are looking forward to find out more. Theodor, did I pronounce it well?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Theodor.
Theodor.
Or just
A
Theo.
little bit Theo, that's more common. Theo, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Leandro.
And first of all, for the people that do not know you, would you mind introducing yourself, telling us who are you, what do you do, what makes you special?
Sure. I'm not sure if I'm special.
I love that reaction always, yeah.
So I'm Theo. I'm from Vienna, Austria.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm testing software since, I think, 20 years or
Oh,
something.
wow. Lots of experience testing software.
Or being in the area of software testing, so also with tool development. And just recently, or since a few years, I'm within our, company internal product development team. And there I'm having the role of a product manager for designing our test tools.
Oh. So you're guiding all the efforts towards the test tools.
Yeah.
Cool.
And trying to bring in the, what I learned from customer projects over the last years.
Anything interesting or that you feel particularly proud that you're bringing lately in these efforts that you're doing?
Well, I think particular to point out,
That you are like, yes, I'm working on that. And
Yeah.
I'm bringing this feature. Can you talk about it? That's
No,
another good.
no.
Okay. Oh, top secret. Aha.
Top
But
secret.
he's
But tomorrow
Stay
I'm having
tuned.
a talk, right?
we're not spoiling.
No,
the
I can
presentation.
spoil on this one. Right? So
Yeah, we're
because
going to talk about your presentation. But Theo, around speaking of presentations, you mentioned that you are a QA. You have been around the scene for 20 years, right?
yeah,
Around.
actually even more, but I don't.
Who's counting? Don't worry.
Who's counting? I stopped counting after 20.
But you are here at a conference and you have a presentation. Do you usually come and do presentations in conferences or speak public?
Not so much, to be honest. Yeah. So, speak public.
Public speaking.
Public speaking. So I learned acting actually.
Oh,
back then.
really cool.
Which is my hidden secret, right? Hidden personal secret.
So we have a professional here. Beware people looking at his presentations.
Yeah, please don't. Don't take this into account. Because with this, I had some small experience, right, in public speaking. But then after I switched into the software area, not so much, partially, of course, in smaller rounds, smaller conferences. But this is my first time at Eurostar. And yeah, I'm quite
How do you
curious.
feel? You look a little bit...
Nervous, maybe.
I was going to say excited.
Yeah.
So
that
how
as
do
well.
you feel?
Actually, really, that as well. Yeah, I was really excited when my talk got accepted, which was, I guess, half a year ago or something. And I
Yeah.
thought, well, hey, I'm going to Edinburgh. Edinburgh?
Edinburgh, yeah, it's super important. That pronunciation drives me crazy, but that's how it is.
All right, now I really have to think about all the nitty-gritty details of what I'm going to tell, because this was kind of, world is changing too fast in the end, right?
So, silly question, and I know that you cannot get into too much detail, but do the changes that have been happening around technology and so on affected the content on your talk? Sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I mean, yes, because I'm also talking about, let's say, an ongoing process. So we are building a new product which incorporates large language models. And
Everything is
large
changing
language
so much with
models
those
is like,
things. It's, oh my God.
I think you cannot really keep up, or at least I can't. I'm not sure how others are doing this, but maybe they're using LLMs for this. But
LLMs to keep up with LLMs.
yeah, but I think that can't work, right? Because they're always behind. So yeah, it's really when I mean, some things still stand like it was half a year ago, and I think even like it was 1 year ago, 2 years ago, when it really started. Several topics are not solved in a meaningful way,
Yeah.
but it's moving on, and it's really hard to to keep everything, let's say, up to date in terms. Also, when you criticize the things, then the other guy comes around and says, "Well, that's not true anymore." What do you do then, right?
It's almost frustrating to me at times because, yeah, we are in technology and we have to keep up with all these things. And I went, true story, I went on vacation. I was out there like and disconnected, not paying that much attention. You come back and then you have the NCPs and now this new model and now this happened. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was just gone for a couple of weeks. What happened? And it is outstanding how fast things have been evolving lately. And I don't know, sounds like you are the one that really has to keep up with it, right?
I should, but yeah, it's
Yeah, should. I mean, that we are able to, I don't think that many people manage to. But we'll get a little bit deeper in a moment into the AI craze that is happening. Let's get into your talk. Can you give us a small spoiler? What is the title of your talk?
Yeah, sure. So the title is Beyond the Wow. Beyond the Wow lessons in LLM-aided test case generation, if I remember correct.
Interesting.
So it's about experiences in using large language models for test case generation, and what is actually the feedback from the users, from the customers, when we do workshops with them, when we just hand it over to them and say, okay, go ahead, try it out, because it's kind of a tool, an evolving tool. So it will be, around this topic. Lessons learned, feedback that we gathered, and also about some parts. I mean, something might be repetitive to what I heard already today, because there are a lot of speakers covering the aspects of difficulties in utilizing large language models for creating something meaningful or something really sustainable or
outstanding, I would say.
And also hardened, right? Yeah. So that you have something that you can rely on. And so this is a small, not really a spoiler, right? I don't think you can build something that you can fully rely on. So you will have to, you can't give that responsibility away, right? In the end.
Yeah. No, and it's so big, it's so in everybody. You can count right now on the topic of this podcast right now is around AI. That's what we are covering. I think you can count with your hands how many talks have no AI involved, because everybody is covering it. And it's funny that you say like, what I'm presenting, this one is presenting, this one is presenting. Probably not exactly the same words, but a variation of the things. Because it feels to me like many organizations are doing the same thing, just like twisting it around, and the other one twisted the other way, and it's just connecting the LLM into some meaningful way and see what can you do, right?
Exactly. And I think it makes sense to share these experiences, right?
Yeah.
Especially also the failures. I read this a while ago that this is not scientific work that I'm doing, right? Because we are trying to build in the end a commercial product. Or even a non-commercial product, but it's not. Let's see, we're not a university.
You're building something for the world.
Yeah. And I learned from scientific studies that it's a big problem that studies that fail to prove something are not that much made public.
Yeah, right? Yeah. They are not mainstream.
They're not mainstream.
Don't get coverage.
They don't get coverage, and and usually, you want to publish something that is working, right? Because you have the feeling, well, I'm moving on and everything is cool and great and funny and I'm successful. And but it would help to know more about the failures, because then maybe others could stop going into this direction, or they won't, right? You have to do your own mistakes anyhow. But
it sounds a little bit, I don't know if you ever heard about this study where They were analyzing where the airplanes I think it was World War II, the airplanes were being hit
Yeah.
so that they could fortify, but there was no effect. The places where the airplanes got the shots, they were trying to cover it, and well, not a big benefit. And they discovered yeah, we are not analyzing the airplanes that did not survive. We cannot find those, we cannot work with that. And it sounds like those mistakes are not being analyzed, being checked, published, talked about. Are you going to be talking about any of those situations in your presentation?
I guess so.
Can you spoil one?
Um,
Something that we are missing around AI because no one is talking about that.
no.
Okay, we don't want to spoil the talk. Yeah,
Just come tomorrow.
That's a very good input. And so we'll leave your talk aside a little bit because now you got me really wanting to go and listen to your talk to see those secrets. It's gonna get interesting, sounds like. But Theo, AI and QA, right now, where do you see that the biggest impacts are happening? That we are going to experience more disruption effects, or probably not only disruption, like benefits?
Yeah, so I think there's a big area of benefits and also of small benefits, right? So I think it will trickle in and make life easier even in small parts for QA, because on the other hand, I think for the essential topic of QA, it will not change so much, right? Because for me, the essential of the QA is, so you are maybe something like a line of defense against something going unprotected towards other humans in the end, right?
The end user.
The end user, yeah. So, this would be a real tough decision to say, okay, we don't need this any longer. But it would be, so we had so many hypes already before AI about, okay, now with model-based development, we don't need any testing anymore, because it is inherently correct. Right? You define a model, and then when you have the right generators, they don't produce any bugs. You test the generator, it's bug-free software. I never seen this kind of software.
We know it, that's not possible. You know what's the most impressive thing? Is that many in the past we were like, yeah, developers one day will generate perfect software, perfect things. And now we are finding that, error is human. We're developers, or we are testers. I'm a developer as well. We get mistakes. We tend to not to think of all the possible paths. Robots, AI makes mistakes, and we know it. It's undeniable, right? So we are going to have all these problems continuously, and you are saying it well. We are still going to be needed as testers.
Definitely.
More, I think.
I also think more, yeah. So, and this is where I think, well, this might be a big impact of the AI part on the QA or testing
practice realm,
yeah, is, okay, yeah, we will have to test more stuff that is somehow using AI, or where we actually are testing the AI parts, and this is in some regards new areas. Yeah. This was super interesting. I thought this was really a very nice statement today in the morning in the keynote of Isabel Evans, I think, where she told, well, back then when the graphical user interfaces were introduced, she talked with her, was it her mentor or someone, another tester, who said, well, yeah, you can't test this. It's too complex, right? And so if you stop there and say, okay, well, it's too complex, we're not touching it. And I really like this analogy, yeah, right? Because it's very similar now with AI. Okay, how can I test this, right? It's always different. And if we restrict it to a super reproducible environment, it doesn't reflect anything at all then out in the wild. But we will find solutions for this, I guess, I hope.
You just worried me a little bit because there are areas that we may say like, oh, AI is kind of complex, just test it these ways, and we close ourselves to it. But right now when you mention all the APIs, everything that is being plugged in the backend, like are we truly testing whatever is being enabled by AI? So many organizations, we know that they have a new AI product that, oh yeah, we are AI. Aren't you just calling the ChatGPT API and that's the only thing that you're doing? So many of them are just plugging it, and we're missing a lot. Like, I don't know if all the organizations are testing those things that they are connecting in the backend AI things, and that's scary. So many things can go wrong, right?
Yeah, and they can go wrong now faster and without even a human being involved, right? So,
I mean, we just saw it with Gemini. What was before Gemini? It wasn't just Gemini. BART or something like that was the name of Google's AI. That was like, for a healthy eating, you can eat 1 or 2 rocks a day and you'll be perfectly fine. Why was no QA efforts through that, right? And we tend to think like, let's just push it, and something new, where dude, you gotta check what are the answers, what are the things, how is it being pondered. We as testers, I think, we need to come with new ways, right, to test AI in efficient ways, in efficient manners. Are you kind of generating some perspectives on how can we do the best AI testing? Test AI, not test with AI. We will get into
test
that.
AI. So in our area, for my topic, it's a rather limited scope, I would say, where I say, okay, in this area, we came to some points where we say, okay, well, this is how we can maybe evaluate it. And in the end, it's, what I heard today 3 times now, right? You need the expert who, in the end, confirms.
Truly knows what the
Truly
AI
knows, who can really recognize whether this is not good stuff or something useful. But for these areas where you go around exploitation or about intrusion or about really challenging the model for potential misuse. This I'm not covering though.
Okay, no worries. It sounds, but when you
it's
were
super interesting.
No, the
to
components.
think about, but it's
Because even nowadays, we testers need a subject matter expert. We cannot be experts on everything, so but we are the interfaces. The QA person is the one that brings the expert, has a system, and is filtering that interaction between those and validates that things are good, are communicating those elements. It's super interesting because you are reinforcing we are not going to stop being relevant anytime soon. Don't worry, people. Just testing AI is going to be lots of work. We're just going to get busier. When you were saying, oh yeah, visual interfaces, we cannot test that, just step away and just keep to our traditional tests. We have much more types of testing and work to do with visual interfaces. And with every new thing that they come up with, there's more testing for us. Last, just to wrap up a little bit, do you have any recommendations to the testers watching that you would say, if I gave you a big billboard, what words would you give them to make their lives better, recommend experts?
Make their lives better, make them experts. I mean, really important is get familiar. Don't shy away from it just because you really have to experience the problems yourself to tell maybe others, maybe the managers, maybe the business owners, maybe someone else who wants to drive for AI, that you have a grounded argument against it.
Yeah. Yeah, you
So-
need to experience it.
Make your own experiences, and of course, read about experiences of others or talk with others. Come to conferences.
Come to conferences, reach out to experts, and yeah, that's very interesting to learn truly how to ride the bicycle, and get experience on it.
Even if you don't want to ride it in the end, right?
We're gonna have to, because this thing is coming.
But I mean, maybe one last thing.
Bring
And
it,
I'm not-
bring it. Many.
I'm not sure yet about this because so there is this trope, right? Okay, now Gen AI is taking over all the creative stuff. It's writing stories and it's creating pictures. And what does this mean for the artists? So I think, at least for writing, I mean, for the pictures, I definitely can see I totally lost interest in all of them. Yeah. This was 2 weeks, I think, about where it was funny when it first came up, and now to see it everywhere, I just
Another one.
I just really don't care, and I don't look for the hidden gems in it. Maybe
The extra
yeah?
finger. Or
The extra finger. I don't know. Yeah, it will get better, and what does better mean? I don't know. It doesn't tell me anything. So except for no, and also for, let's say, for stories. I tried it a bit. I mean, maybe I'm bad at prompting here the right thing, but it's not the same as anything written by human.
Not
And
there yet. Yeah.
Not there yet. So, but then the next question is, of course, yeah. What if it becomes indistinguishable? Well, yeah, okay. If someone tells me this was written by this human, and it really reads like it was written by a human, then maybe I will build up a connection somehow to this imaginary human
Entity.
entity. I still struggle to see how I could become genuinely interested in the
The material produced.
and because it's pretending to be something. Yeah. It's not a genuine experience that is expressed in a generated thing, but it's
I think
generated.
kind of interpreting what you're saying. The very first time that we saw auto-generated videos, we were like, "Oh my God, it is awesome!" But after a while, like a generated image, they look cool, they are useful, but it's not the merit of a human being doing the effort and working around and drawing every little corner or typing correctly the right sentence to make you feel something. I think that's what you were saying. Like, yeah, a machine produced it, meh.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's totally on the point, what the machine did. Maybe then it's good, useful.
It doesn't give us the same effect. That's a very good insight. Wow. So, Thomas, not to extend too much and to wrap up, if people want to philosophize a little bit more with you about these AI topics, find out more about your presentation, because you have me with the suspense at the maximum. Where can people follow up with you and stay in touch, send you questions if they want to?
Yes, you can find me on LinkedIn.
Uh-huh.
You can find me. You can write me an email. You can find me at the conference if you're here at the conference.
So, what's your email?
Email is theodor.hartmann@objentis.com.
Okay. And for LinkedIn, if you want to get in touch with him, you can add him somewhere here on the screen. Should be the name should be displaying. You can add Theo. Connect, send a message if you have questions. Ask, because they are bringing products. Check what is coming. I'm really curious as well there, and I look forward to finding out what's the secret with your presentation. You got me super interested. It's secret. Oh my God, I need to find
I'm afraid
out.
I'm totally over-promising.
No, but I'll stay tuned and try to figure out. But Theo, thank you very much for coming for this little talk.
Thanks, Leandro.
It's
Thanks for
really
having me.
appreciated. And well, there you have it. Our amigo Theo bringing some insights, very interesting and things that make you think about AI and what things are coming. Stay tuned and let's find out what's the deal with his presentation. I can't believe how intrigued I am. But that's not all for today. We still have a few more adventures later today. Let's see if we can pull them off. But for now, we're going to be pausing a little bit, having a sip of coffee, some tea. But this is still the first full conference day of Eurostar 2025, reporting from Edinburgh. Yeah, the right pronunciation.
That was perfect.
Okay, everybody.